Well, welcome back into the Mid-Norfolk garden, and we're going to show you how to lift, divide and split snowdrops. They're quite a confluent planting here at the moment, just coming to the end of their flowering season now, towards the end of February, after what's been a particularly mild start to the season here. You can see they're setting seed, and surrounding me here are these little seedlings coming up in the path. Just look at all those, all new snowdrops that have seeded out, and that's why you don't deadhead snowdrops but allow them to seed, because these will spread beautifully just on their own. But what Kate's going to show you now is how to lift and divide clumps so that you can get an instant display the following season with mature bulbs, and it does them a real lot of good because you can see just how densely they're growing here, and the clumps of snowdrops will be quite congested. Now this dappled shade on a sort of it's really a beech woodland here is ideal for snowdrops to seed like this. They won't do this to the same degree or just as well if they're growing in grass, so division is your best bet rather than letting them seed if you really want to propagate them if you're growing them in grass. But if they're like they are here in a sort of leaf strewn, leaf mould rich, dappled shade woodland environment, then as you can see they form plenty of natural seed. Okay, so let's join Kate in a minute. She's got all her tools ready here. What we've got is a nice plastic trug that you can put the clumps in once you've lifted them. A spade or a fork. A spade's ideal in this environment because you're going to have quite a nice friable soil to lift with a spade. Gloves and a trowel for replanting. So let's get going. Whenever these little fellas see the spade, they come running with great expectations, and I'm sure they're not going to be disappointed here. Plenty for them to get their beaks into in this quite deep leaf mould here. You can see them having a lovely time. Right, let's do some snowdrop division. Talk us through what you're going to do.
Okay, I'm going to start with this clump over here. I think I've spotted this lovely big clump. As you can see, last year I did start to divide and spread them out here, and I want to get more, but this is a really big clump. This is definitely ready for dividing. I've got my spade, so I'm just going to go as deep as I can with my spade so I get under the clump, and then loosen it from the other side as well, because what I don't want to do is break the bulbs. Try and get really deep so under the clump so it lifts out. I'm going to go in on this side as well, and the whole lot should lift out. Okay, give it a shake, get this in the soil. And as you can see, I haven't gone through the bulbs, they're the roots, so I need to get some more of the soil off here. In fact, I'm going to probably bare root these as much as I can. You can see there, oh my goodness, what an amazing clump. There's some tree root in there, which is why I need to get this off. I don't want to move the tree root. I don't want any perennial weeds moving with them either. Oh my goodness, this is going to take some pulling apart. To get your fingers in. I don't use a tool for this, I prefer to use my hands. Okay, so you can see, so I'm a bit out of breath doing that. I've pulled a clump out, and now I'm just going to knock as much of the soil off as I can. I'll probably divide that into a couple of clumps actually.
How many bulbs do you think is ideal to keep in a clump for replanting?
If I'm doing it, I put 3 in. If you're doing it, you put about 5 to 7 in, don't you?
Get a much better display the following year with multiples.
So we've got 2 different size clumps there. It really depends how many bulbs you've got.
Okay.
So you can see we've got a lot of bulbs, so I could put more bigger clumps in.
How many do you think you're going to get out of that clump?
Oh my goodness. I reckon there's a couple of 100 bulbs in there. You can see why they need dividing. They're very close together. A lot of these actually haven't flowered, so this clump has almost overgrown itself. If you have a look around here, you can see clumps that I did the same with last year.
Well, these little clumps are typical of what you've planted, aren't they? Just spreading them out, and basically what we'll do is work onto soil where we haven't got any snowdrops and put
basically over there
4 or 5 bulbs in at probably spacings of between 6 and 8 inches. Depends how many snowdrops you've got and how big an area you've got to plant up.
Okay, shall I plant some of them?
Yep, let's get planting.
I've got some gaps here.
Show
so
how you dig them in.
Dig a hole.
So how deep are you going?
Basically you want to plant them at a similar depth to what they were when you dug them up.
Okay.
Which is a couple of inches down. You could see I had to go, oh, there's a tree root there.
That's the problem when you're planting in a woodland, isn't it? Particularly in this environment. We've got a massive, great big horse chestnut, literally 8 feet away.
Putting them about 2 inches down, and then I put this as a lovely soil. They absolutely love this soil. The ground's really wet at the moment, so I probably not need to water these in.
This is an ideal time of year to do it, not just because they've just finished flowering. You can see these are healthy bulbs and it's an ideal time to split them, but also you can see in this ground by middle of February all the bulbs that are going to be coming up in here. You can see some bluebells just coming up there. If you do it too early, or if you try buying dry bulbs and popping them in, you quite often end up just digging into existing clumps of bulbs and damaging them.
Oh, snowdrops do not grow well from dried bulbs. They nearly always die.
Always best buying them in the green if you can, or finding a friend with a good supply and big areas and asking for some. Be cheeky.
That's how I got my first ones. These ones actually came with the house, and I've been propagating them every year for the last 11 years. This is a really early flowering variety of snowdrop. It flowers sometimes at Christmas time if it's a mild winter. So it's a very, very good one. It's quite a tall one.
Suffice it to say, I mean, there's lots of different varieties or slight variations in what we consider to be native snowdrops. Some doubles,
native, apparently.
are they not? Some singles.
Been here a long time, but they're not native.
Well, they're referred to as native snowdrops, aren't they? Or is that
They've
bluebells?
been here so long.
They've been here for
an introduction, I think, originally.
Really?
Yeah.
But they grow so well and have naturalised in large areas of woodland all across the south of England.
Don't they? They do really well in Norfolk particularly, because we have very mild winters.
So Kate's just going to work her way dividing all that. She's probably going to get 15 or 20
at
clumps
least
of bulbs out of this. So you can just see how quickly you can confidently plant up an area for a display the following season. And we've been doing the same here with these bluebells, as you can see. And narcissi, just gradually peppering them across this area to give us this fantastic carpet of display. Absolutely fantastic. So do, if you've got the chance, get out and start dividing and spreading your snowdrops, because you really will appreciate it the following year.
If you've got any questions, pop them in comments. We're always happy to answer them. If you've enjoyed the videos, please like the video and hit subscribe. It helps us to keep our content free.
Thanks for watching. Bye for now.